sunset from the balcony. You could see it go down into the horizon, and there were, one day it went down this flaming orange, and the next day it went down pink, and then at full moon it went down gold. I've never seen a moon change color. So good.
It's called the pink moon, and I thought, is it the pink moon because it's pink? But it's the pink moon because of spring flowers.
Pink moon for spring flowers, so good. Like the harvest moon in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So we remain in prosperity. Now we're in day 21. And I was reading yesterday and listening to some things about the current necessity to create something that is simple, safe, and stable. But do we have places that are simple, safe, and stable? And it just seemed that really when we're accumulating, even if we just think about it at a financial level, why are we trying to accumulate money? Is a sense of security, and security really has something around it that says, this is safe, this is known, this is stable. And the worst kind of so-called prosperity is when you've got so much stuff to keep track of that we think that prosperity is having more of like, me and my 7 cars. I just can't imagine. I hope you're also prosperous in mechanics and time and all of the care that takes. And so it struck me as I was listening to that, the abundance of simplicity. There are so many things that we can pause and say, do I want more of this? Or is this something to simplify? And even that process of thinking about to amplify or to simplify is a form of prosperity because we're in charge of it instead of having it just motor over us. That more isn't more isn't more. So today, just a contemplation of simplicity and safety and stability. So good. I would take those 3 today. Just bring your palms together. And as you clear it away, you're sitting tall, whatever shift or adjustment you need, Om Namo, I bow to everything outside of me, all that guides me and heals me and holds me. Gurudev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me, that incredible, simple, stable place that I know at home. So 3 times inhale. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists. If you want to pad yourself, your mat a little bit, open your blanket twice so that you're going to lie down. The backs of your hips are supported, backs of your shoulders are supported. And just start out by bringing your knees to your chest. Let your hips move a little bit side to side. And as you hug your knees in, that will be exhale. And as you press your knees into your hands and float your heels up, that will be inhale. So the elbows bend as you draw the thighs to your body, and then your knees float open and your arms straighten. And then you exhale and you rinse the breath out, and you float open and you let it come in. So any shifting or shaking, shake out your feet or your knees, make it your own. For 2. And for 1.
You just lift your hand and shoulders and put your hands out in little pulses of your hands, little pulse. Firm your arms so that from your shoulders to your fingers is a straight line. Lift your heels in line with your knees and hug your knees together. Tuck your chin and close your eyes. Keep the rhythm, keep the breath. Right knee to your chest, left leg long. Keep it simple. And changing legs. Knees together. Work right there. Extend your legs. Reach into the balls of your feet. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And join your knees to your chest. Just gonna roll forward and back. Forward and back. Right? So that when you roll up, extend your legs out to the front. And when you roll back, bend your knees and point your fingers at the ceiling. So that you're rolling up and you're rolling back. And as you come up, if you choose, go up and over, hand revolve through the middle. Starting to get tall as you reach up and around, turning right through the seat. Feeling all our creaks and groans, all the resistance. Just doing a little bit each day gives us a new form. One more, up and over. Turn it around to lie on your back, knees bent, arms wide, pause and notice. And draw a great circle with your right knee. And that might be perfect, or extend your right leg and turn your right heel in. And get the circle right down in your hip. Feel out that circle, give it a little space. And then make it a little smaller and a little closer to your right shoulder. Bringing the abdomen towards the floor. And then reverse, starting larger. Exploring that circle, finding out if it is truly a circle. And keeping that, just gather it in, almost like a spiral, getting smaller, quicker, stronger, more precise. 3, 2, and change sides. So either circling the left knee or turning the left heel in, circle the leg. Drawing the left low abdomen down into the floor. Let the circle get smaller, spiral in towards the middle. And then reverse your direction. Starting large, exploring the hip, and spiraling into the middle. 3, 2, good. 1. And hands to your shins, and again, rolling forward and back. So that you can feel, sometimes we have this little whoomp that happens as we roll back because there's a flat space in the spine. So use the rolling as a chance to even out the curve of your spine. The natural curve is very consistent with no practice. And as you roll back, left hand to your right shin and the left leg on. And then you change. So that you have opposite hand to opposite shin. Awesome. And each one of those begins an exhale. Lift your head, tuck your chin, draw your nose towards your knee towards Draw your navel toward the floor. And you can work right there, extending out through the legs and back through the knee, or straightening your legs so that you're changing one leg. One leg. Three, good, two, and one. Bend your knees, lie back, arms wide, hands a little higher. And as you deepen your breath into your lungs, feel that you are warming and opening the navel, the solar plexus, bringing it higher into the chest. Draw your right knee in. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and bring it close. You can shake out the right foot. You can let the left knee wash a little side to side so there's no tension. And then working here or holding your outer ankle, outer foot with the right hand, or interlace your fingers so that the interlace follows the outer right foot. And you bring your right knee down, down, down toward the floor. If you have space, press the right leg straight-ish, and then bend your right knee down. So inhale, you're pressing into your hands, and exhale, you're bending your knee to the floor. Yeah, as you can. Opening and closing through the deep crease of your hip. And then keep it bent. Keep it bent and feel how the knee widens slightly. Let your left foot be heavy, and that puts a little tip in your tail, the tail tipping up, the navel tipping down. And your right hand comes to hold your inner heel. Heel in the palm like a ball in a socket, and your left hand on your left thigh. And again, press, and a little bend, and a little press, so that you can hold. If it's too much, hold your inner ankle or inner shin. And your right leg is just wider than your shoulder, and the left leg straightens as you can. So standing in both heels, flex your feet and be strong in the legs. And feel that lengthen out from the hips into the feet. Use your left hand to press your left thigh away. And bend your knees and the right foot down and the left knee, and interlace your fingers. Bring the left thigh to your chest, shaking out the left foot. Right, and then either holding the outer ankle or the outer foot, or interlacing your fingers over the sole of the left foot. Bring the left knee down and down and down. And then press into your heel to extend and bend into the knee to fold. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, bending. Using it to even rinse out the breath, so the breath in the crease of your hip come up. And then keeping your knee bent, stay. And bring your breath deep down into the left side of the body. Softening your face, letting your right foot be heavy. Just settle. Good one. And the left hand to the left heel. Press out. Right hand on the right thigh. Press that out. So that the right heel reaches out forward as though standing on the wall in front. And then a little bend and a little straighten in the left leg. And the left knee is just wider than the shoulders. Flex both feet and be strong in your legs. Good, good, good. One more breath. So that when you release, you can let your legs out long, your heels wide, shake out so that there's a renewed connection and a renewed vitality in the legs. Bending your knees, feet flat. You just put the feet flat and the base of your big toes together and your inner knees together, and they hug together, palms flat down beside your hips. Stand in your feet to lift your hips, lift your hands up. And that'll be your inhale, reach up. And then hands coming down, roll down, tail is last, that's your exhale. So press the feet to lift the hips lift the heart lifts the hands. And then you roll your way down, taking your time, lengthen all the way from your feet up to your shoulders. Lift up, hips up, heart up. Hug your knees together and roll your way down. Heel toe your feet apart, one step. Stand in your heels, lift your hips, lift your heart, tuck your shoulders under. And then roll your way back down. Tail is last, rolling through the spine, hips up, heart up, hands up, lengthening, and rolling down. And then heel toe your feet one more time. Stand in your heels, lift your hips, hands up, widen your knees. And then roll your way down, and we'll go one more just like that. Feeling the hips changing, the low back. Press your heels to lift your hips, to lift your heart, to lift your hands. Wide knees, long in the body, little wag of the tail. Shift it side to side. And as you roll down, keep your hands overhead, keep your hands overhead. Tail is last. Keep your hands overhead and feel the length. Walk your legs out, feel the length. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms away. Be very, very, very long. Flex your feet. Yes. Good, good, good. Walk your feet to the right side. Cross your left ankle over the right. Take your hands to the right. The right hand holds the left wrist. Take that to the right. So that the whole left side is getting a little longer. Hug your ankles together. Hug your left hip down. And uncross heels wide, hands stay overhead. So left heel is as wide as the mat. Cross your right over the left. Bring your hands over to the left side. Left hand holds right wrist, get long. So that the outer shoulder, the outer waist, the outer hip, all finding length. Hug your ankles, hug your shins, and bring your right hip toward the floor, your right ribs toward the floor. All length. So that as you uncross, you let go. Shake out your feet side to side, your knees up and down, your elbows bend. And all the length is available in your body. And you'll roll onto your right side so that you can prop your head with your right hand. Yep. Left hand in front of you. Take your left foot back just behind you and make big reverse circles. Not big, but make a circle. And it's far enough behind you that you can feel the front. So now I'm going to take your foot further back towards back. Yeah. And then keep that circle back behind the bottom foot. And you feel the front of the hip flexor getting longer. And you also feel the back of the glute, the back of the hamstring. So the circle's as far behind you as you can go. 3. Good. 2. Ha. And 1 more. Bring your right knee up, put your left knee up to the ceiling, and then tap the toe behind your leg. Yep, keep your knee as pointed as high up as you can. Bring it up, and now tip the knee down to tap in front, and then point to the ceiling, and tap behind. So you're just going to tap forward and tap back. Each time you tap back, see if you can get your knee a little further rotation back, and a little further rotation forward. Awesome. So back when you bring it down, see if you can tip your foot up as your knee comes down. So, yarg, yeah man, right? This way you won't have to replace your hip if you use it well. Knee up and back. Now straighten your leg at the top. Right? And then bend your knee and tap the knee down in front. So knee, roll it open, straighten it out, bend it, and tap. And just 3 like that. And you're using the outer hip, the inner thigh, the low belly, the low back, and you're moving the hip through what it's supposed to be capable of all the time. Good. Bend your knee and roll onto your back, and keep your left knee bent. And build tree pose, so the foot stands on the right inner thigh, left hand on the left inner thigh, right hand on the right ribs. So feel the center line. As you draw your hands a little apart, the center line opens. Press your left hand into your left thigh. Press the left thigh into the hand and bring your knee to point up. And then press your knee open. And press your knee up so there's resistance. You're pressing with your hand and you're pressing with your knee and you're opening the knee and then you're pointing the knee up, the foot flat. Go one more like that so that you're creating resistance. And then when the knee opens, stay in full tree and stand in the right heel. Stand in the left foot against the other and reach open. So right hand overhead. Left hand on the left inner thigh. Keep pressing the left knee wide. Drop your right ribs to the right. And broaden through the belly. Broaden across the pelvis. Excellent. And then back into the center so that you can roll to the other side. Left hand behind your head. Good, and take your foot behind you and find those little circles. So one foot will often be a little more skillful, shall we say, than the other. Reaching out, your leg is long and you're taking the small circles back and back and back. Feel the front of the hip opening, lengthening, and feel the strength through the glutes and the hamstring. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your right knee up as high as it will go and as far back as it will go. And tap your right knee down, point it up, and bring your toes to the floor. So you're lifting your knee up, you're rolling it over and lifting your heel high over your knee as you go. So it's the biggest rotation of the right thigh bone that you can make. Knee down and knee open. And it's difficult because we don't often make this gesture, and yet the hip requires it to be healthy. Draw your right knee up and straighten. Good. And bend it. Keep your knee back, Naomi. Yes. That's it. And then bring it down. So roll your knee open as much as you can and keep it open as you straighten. And then tap. So you're rotating down and you're rotating open even as you add the strength to straighten. For 2 more. Awesome. Keep rolling it open back. When you get it up to the top, roll it open, straighten it out, and tap it down. So knee rolls open, you roll onto your back, stand your right foot on your left inner thigh, right hand on the right inner thigh. So you're pressing the right knee right, and your left hand on your left thigh. Good. Press your right knee into your hand. Bring it up to point at the ceiling and then press your knee wide back flat to the floor. So you're sort of closing the door of your hip and then you're rolling the door open. And you're going slowly because you have so much resistance between your hand and your leg. Ha. Ha. And you can get the resistance that's in the hip socket out of your system by providing some. Roll your right knee open and your left hand overhead, make full tree. Stand in your left leg. Press your right knee wide. Drop your left ribs and feel the pelvis widen. And get longer. As you stand in your left heel, just explore and get longer. One more. Good, good, good. Knees bent, feet flat, arms wide or overhead. Just pausing to notice. that as we make space in the hips, as we open the crease of the hips, there's more length in the spine. Knees to your chest, keep your knees wide and bring your hands to your inner thighs. And draw your hands up your inner thighs so that you're sort of holding just behind the bend of the knees. As you straighten your legs, press into the heels, press the thighs into your hands. As you bend your knees, bend your elbows, and help to roll the tail off the floor. And as you press your legs straight, press into the hands, arms straight, tail back down to the floor. So bend your knees, heels in, and then press your legs straight, tail down, arms long. Excellent. So inhale as you bend, and exhale as you press for 5. Yep. And for 4. And for 3. Good, 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 good. One more, one more. Stay. Widening through the legs, extending out into the heels. Yes, 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 yes. Bend your knees, use your hands to bring them together, and drop your knees to the right side. And the left arm goes wide like a wing. And then skim along the floor. Left hand rising up overhead, and then reaching down toward the hips. Keep your left hand open toward the sky as you go. Up and open and wide and down. And then the left hand is overhead and you stay. And what if you were to tip your top knee down and your top heel up just an inch? Just like you were tapping your knee into the floor, but now you're tapping your top knee into your bottom knee or into your bottom thigh. And from that little turn, you turn your navel left. And then you bring it back into the center. Feet flat, spine neutral. Maybe hips up and over to the right so that you come onto your outer left hip as your knees come down. Right hand long and skimming across the floor to the right. Keep your palm turned up. And just explore, where can the right chest go? How can the right ribs open a little further? From your shoulder all the way to your fingertips, revolving from your navel in through the spine. And then keeping your right arm wide, stay. You can turn your chin from side to side, let the spine release right to the top. Turn your right knee down, your right heel up a little, and hug the knee down toward the floor. Last little turn of the belly. So that you can return to center, feet flat, spine neutral. Hands down, just notice the equanimity. Left equals right, right equals left, top equals bottom. We've built such a strong base. Simple and steady. Knees to your chest. And just roll your way up to build a cross-legged seat. I had a wonderful student who would comment often last year on how I was using the word safety. The kundalini, in her estimation, was not designed to be a safe experience because we're reaching into the unknown. And what's unknown, if we're trying to keep it safe, we're going to keep looking for what we know. Just feel that foundation. And yet for me, safety is about making sure I can return to my practice tomorrow. And I want safe joints. But if I have safe joints and I trust the physicality, then I can go and explore. But some aspect here needs to hold me so that I feel safe to go further
and know I can still come home. Right? So just feel the foundation that we've built. Bless you. As we go into the kriya, we start with the pinkies to tap at the base, and then the first four knuckles to tap at the top, and the right finger fits right. The thumb is below, the right thumb is below the left thumb. So tap, tap, tap. And we're making a circle like we're making a little door, like we're opening a portal. And with each tap, it's a har. And har, H-A-R, is the creation of the universe, the sound of things coming into being. It goes har, 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 har. Close your eyes, loosen your jaw. Jaw, har, 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 har. So it has a steady rhythm. Har, 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 har. It has a steady breath. It has a steady motion. We're getting unstuck. Har, 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 har. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands up. Inhale. 3, go.
Tuck your chin, hook your thumbs and reach, calling your sides into your spine, calling your base up towards the heart, up towards the head. Give it a little wiggle. Reach, shake it loose, up, up, up.
And then your chin up and your breath out and your hands down. Sitting tall to notice. Steady base. We'll use that same rhythm of hug with the arms out, fingers spread. You can cross your forearms. Hug, 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 hug. So you find that rhythm. Each cross is a hug. You can work with the arms bent, hands low or hands up, but they're not going all the way open. That starts to create a strain on the shoulders. You're just in front of you and just to the width of the shoulders. And now that har at the cross of your arms is a silent hug. You feel the momentum, you feel the syllable in your mind, and it gives you focus. So it becomes silent, and you repeat it each time to yourself as the arms cross. Anytime you need to, you bend your elbows and keep the rhythm and just cross the forearms. And as you're ready, you come back up, extending the arms, crossing in front of the forehead center. Steady focus, simple movement. Providing strength for yourself, providing determination for yourself, that those are both forms of prosperity, riches, rich with focus. 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2. Hands up high, 3 inhale. Tuck your chin, cap that, hook your thumbs and reach. You're lifting the pelvic floor, the base of your seat is rising up. And you're hugging in toward the spine. Your attention, your awareness, your light, your sensation, gather in, gather up into the midbrain. So that when you come out, you bend your elbows, lift your chin, and let it go, hands come down. Give it time. Awareness and light and sensation in the midbrain. And the body becomes stronger, steady. And the mind becomes focused and stable. And these are the things that allow us to make a choice and see it through. And as this happens, sometimes we need encouragement and sometimes we need to celebrate to keep giving ourselves momentum. So put your palms open and your thumb into your palms, your fingers over, and these backward circles. Feel your shoulder blades go towards your spine. And when you do, there's a temptation to lean forward, and that's going to strain your mid-back. So drop back a little bit into the back of your seat so you feel very neutral in the spine. And just notice when you start falling forward, that'll be the strain. Drop back, find the neutral. And you can circle here, or the arms straighten. The circles aren't very big, but the arms are very strong. And with that is the sound of good, 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 good. And we repeat it aloud, like we are just reminding ourselves, like a magic spell, an incantation. Good, 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 good,
good. There's more good than you could ever imagine, and you're reminding yourself to look for it, to find it, to feel it. Good, 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 good. You're overriding the doubt, the confusion. Good, 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 good. So if somebody said, how are you? Be easy. Oh, I'm good, good, good. I'm right here. How are you? You're good, good, good. You need some? I got spare. Good, good. I've been making it all morning. Good, good, good. That's where you're going, right? Good, 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 good. If you wanted to get bigger, you add God, 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 God. If God throws you off, go back to good. They're the same thing. You pick and mix them up. Good, good, God, 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 good, God, God, good, good. But not cursing, right? Not that kind of good God. Good, God, yes, good, good, God, God, God. Now make it simple and steady and safe. And your good is creating safety for other people. We're committing to it together. You got 30 seconds. Good, 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 good. God, 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 God. Good, 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 good. 10 seconds. Go. Good, good, good. God, 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 God. 3, 2, hands up high, lift up, look up. Tuck your chin, hook your thumbs, and rise. Wiggle and rise. Up, 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 up. And then to come out, you bend your elbows, you lift your chin, you let it out, you take your time, you bring it down, and you notice, you notice, you notice. So good. So it can feel heady. We've been straightening our arms, reaching up, reaching up. It creates transcendence. It brings us up out of inertia, but we want to bring it back into our bodies, into a finite earthly place, and make it practical. So palms face the floor, and it's as though you were tapping a tabletop or a drum. And when we hear, we come back to that creation sound of Har, Hare, Hari. That is created, the creator, the created, the creator. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. 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 Things are falling into place. Huzzah! That's what you're up to. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Har, Hare, Hari, Wa, He, Guru. Whisper.
So feel that rhythm. You're gonna whistle that rhythm. One more. And pause. Bring your hands down. Just notice. Be so still. Maybe you'll feel a little thrum, a little pulse that isn't your heart. A little pulse of energy that's strong enough that you can begin to detect it. That pranic flow through our subtle body, our vitality, our possibility. This is what initiates change. This is what allows us to pull up roots and put them somewhere else. We are mobile beings. Turn your left palm to face the floor, elbow bent. Put your right forearm on the left. Both palms face the floor. Simple and steady. We'll breathe in on count of 4. We'll pause for 4. We'll go out for 4. If you feel comfortable and steady, you want to go for 6 or you want to go for 8, awesome. I will start at 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Just pause for a beat. 3, 4. Out the nose. 2, 3. We go in, 2, 3, 4. Pause. And out the nose. 2, 3, 4. In the belly, in the ribs, in the throat. Rise up. Pause. Keep rising. Exhale. Smooth it out. For in. Pause. Out. Keep it there or go to 6. In. Pause. Out. In. One more round, simple and steady. And out. You bring your hands down. Just tall. Feel how it all comes together. And so the breath pattern that we finish with creates focus, keeps building this stability. We're going in the nose, out the nose, in the mouth, out the mouth, in the nose, out the mouth, in the mouth, out the nose, big and smooth. So in the nose, out the nose, in the mouth, out the mouth, continue the pattern in and out. Out the nose, slow and smooth in the mouth. Out the mouth. In the nose. Out the mouth. In the mouth. Out the nose. So you keep the pattern at your pace. Breath becoming so quiet, smooth. In the nose, out the nose, in the mouth, out the mouth. In the nose, out the mouth, in the mouth, out the mouth. Just 2 more minutes. If you get lost or distracted, just come back, start it again. If you need to kick your legs out, just let them go straight so it's all from there. Two more rounds, right where you are, 2 more rounds. Coming so steadfast. yourself to be so still. The breath is effortless and the body is quiet. And you can sit there another minute or two, or you're ready to lie back. When you lie back, take your blanket, lay it over the valley of the hips. Keep the joints warm, keep the pelvis warm. If you're seated and you want to lie back, just the last minute and a half, let it all the way up. Bring the legs out and everything out. Just feel the possibility of great ease, and the ease is there because you are supported. And the ease is there because you allow the ease in. So there is support. But the support requires welcome. Without your welcome, the support has nowhere to go. The sensation of lying back and what we find in repose. We did not change our circumstances outwardly. We changed our perception. We gave up sitting. We gave up trying. And we let some ease in. Nothing everything around us change. We are the keepers of our ease and our excellence. Har Hare Hari, you are the maker and you are that which is made. And you are the act of making. You made yourself comfortable. You made yourself strong. It's always available to us. And as you deepen your breathing, find the hint of a smile. Or remember in your mind that incantation of good. When things are going wrong, bringing that good to mind. Last night in Atlanta at 10:30, can't find the pilot. It's good. It's good. I'm sure there's something here that I can't understand from my perspective. I know there's good here. I know there's good here. I know there's good here. In that, I know there's God here. I am creating good. And in the creation, I am made good. And I have made the good that I am. The good is the God that I am. It is intertwined. Take your hands overhead or out wide. Shake out your feet side to side. Let your body open. I am happy even before I have a reason. I am full of light even before the sky can greet the sun or the moon. Dear companions, we have been in love with God, in love with good, for so very, very long. What can we do but forever, forever to dance and to sing? Walk your feet in, hold your shins, rock a little bit side to side. Bring it with you, the God, the good, the maker, the made. Bring your palms together, rub them briskly. You are all of this and so much more. Lift your feet, rub the soles of your feet. Come back into your senses, come back into your physical self, and then roll your way all the way up. Landing in your seat, sweeping wide, reaching tall. Bring your palms together right down the middle. All the way, all the way, all the way in. And one more, all the way out. Palms together, thumbs at the forehead, center, long set, short nam. Inhale. Sat Nam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Namaste. So day 21, we've crossed the threshold. We coast. It's familiar, it grows stronger in its familiarity, and in its familiarity it makes you strong. The maker, the made, you're making the gesture is making you. More to come. Thank you for your time. We'll be back on Tuesday Live.